On this episode, we talk about my sleeper game of the year. John reviews game packaging from Nintendo.
And Michelle,
what?
It looks like the FTC's mad at Phil, for real.
I'm mad at Phil too, John. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 865 of the Video Game Outsiders podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Michelle Madison.
And I, of course, am your John Jacobson.
Hey, everybody, it's Matt Bradford here for another VGO.
Look at that energy. I want to give a shout out to Dan for sponsoring this episode. This guy's like a quadruple BDE in our Discord. He wanted to say he's been listening since like day one.
Big dick energy.
He's been listening. He said he knows my voice better than his own mother's. He's been listening for like 20 years. Okay. He's now married with a lovely wife and kids, and he's very happy to be a VGO supporter. So thank you, Dan. There's also 2 giveaways going away this week, and I want to mention this at the start because I think they're kind of big. I'm giving away a copy of Kinutsugami Path of the Goddess for Steam, and our friends at Happy Hour on our VGO app, which is completely free, are giving away 2 copies of Elden Ring. 2 of them. So if you want
for one person?
No, 2 different people.
Oh.
Yeah. So
wait, you have to play
all you gotta do is check out Happy Hour on the app. It's completely free, and there's details. You can come to our Discord, talk to the guys in the spotlight, and they want you to check out the show, and they love Elden Ring, and they want to support it. And that's what I want to do with the game I'm talking about tonight as well. So 3 game giveaways in our Discord this week. Head on down to videogameoutsiders.com. It's good to give back to you guys.
Crunked.
Yeah, I know. This is fun. And yes, thank you, Dan, for supporting.
Quick question.
Yes.
Last week we talked about this being the episode where we all take like an edible or drink beforehand. Was that still on the table?
If you want to. I'm drinking a non-alcoholic White Claw.
Okay.
I'm definitely drinking a THC drink that might kick in about an hour.
Drink?
Matt, I actually remember this, and I wanted to do something to honor it, but I kind of cheaped out, but I'll get into that. I mean, so yeah, I am actually drinking a quarter of a beer. But I'll explain why in a minute. Well, okay, listen, I actually
pour some out for a dead homie?
No. I actually like tons of crushed ice, water, and then a splash of Coors Light with tons of lime in it. It ends up tasting like a refreshing lime juice.
Michelle.
This is like how in the Depression they drink beer, I think.
It's like,
pass the can around. Everyone gets a drink.
So it is
hey,
literally,
we ain't got no fridge. You're going to have to use the ice on the beer.
I'm just telling you guys, I did this for the show because, Matt, I did remember. I'm glad John.
I made you that ice beer again.
Cranky goes, it just sounds like Bud Light with lime. No, Cranky, because it's not even a full beer. It's just a quarter of the bottle mixed with water, ice, and lime. I love it. It tastes like a refreshing limeade, and I recommend you guys try this. Water down your beer. Yes, water down your beer. Because
water
you don't need a little quarter, a quarter of a beer. You water it down. But no, I'm doing it for the show tonight, guys, because I know, we did say that. John, of course, you ditched us here. Matt's going to be drinking THC.
Sorry.
I've got a quarter of a beer going.
I'm working. What is this THC drink business? What is that?
Oh, it's all the rage, dude. It's like THC infused, they pop.
They pop?
Like pop, like soda. It's like it tastes like an orange crush, but it's like THC infused.
And
it's really good. It goes down super easy. Wait, am I here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're here. I was just answering the guys about what kind of beer. It's just a Coors Light.
John.
A splash of Coors Light in water and ice and lime. Quarter water. All right, well, look, we got some fun stuff to talk about tonight. Some big games. I've just, I had a really fun gaming week. I beat a game this last week. Okay.
Holy crap.
Would you like a little beer for your water? Yeah, that's funny. But we are live right now on videogameoutsiders.com. We do it every Tuesday from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern. If you miss it, you can listen anywhere podcasts are. A good place to listen is that app. There's free shows there from the community. Check out Happy Hour this week to learn how to win Elden Ring. And also shows that, John, that we do during the week. And they're for our premium supporters. For $1.99, you get almost 20 years of VGO, that whole back catalog, and weekly bonus shows that we do. We'll be doing one tomorrow, and then we're off next week from VGO Live, but we are still doing an episode. So
that's right.
It won't be live, but it's still going to be there.
It will. And Michelle, where do they go?
They want to support us. How do they do it?
That's right. Go to our website, Video Game Outsiders, at videogameoutsiders.com. That made no sense whatsoever.
It's all right. Wait a minute. Are you the one doing the THC drink, or is it Matt?
Wait a minute. I think he's secretly joining in this.
All right, go to our website, Video Game Outsiders, at videogameoutsiders.com, and there is a red premium button. Go ahead and click that. Go premium.
Yep.
It's $1.99 a month. Once you're premium, you unlock our entire back catalog of almost 20 years. That's right.
Yep.
And all the bonus shows we do every single week, like Mike Ravigio, The John Show, PC Outsiders, Netflix Outsiders.
Java wants to know if you're on black tar heroin.
Shopping. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good.
I'm
we just
on
want to
horse.
check because we agreed we would all be on something tonight.
That's right.
John's sitting on a pillow.
I'm doing an 8-ball.
All right, good. Just want to check because
So
Just hear John.
you're doing lines of
So
coke
go
right
to
now.
videogameoutsiders.com, go premium. It's $1.99 a month. And again, you can, once you're premium, you can get it. You also, our app's totally free. So you don't have to be premium to use the app. Search for Video Game Outsiders on iOS or Android. Install the app. It's the best way to listen to the shows. And then if you're premium, you unlock all the bonus stuff too on that app.
That's right. And we're giving away 2 copies of Elden Ring, or the guys at Happy Hour. And I'm giving away a copy of Kinitsumi Gami Babi, which I'll talk about in a bit. So 3 giveaways in that Discord. Head on down to videogameoutsiders.com. All right. And that's not the quarter beer talking. That's just me. That's just my own natural deficiency.
She's getting drunk of that quarter beer.
Oh, that quarter beer, guys.
I said quarter beer.
Quarter. That's very Massachusetts.
Quarter bear.
Quarter. Mine's a little more.
Quarter bear.
A little more New York. All right, well, let's move on. We got some fun games, some fun news. Microsoft got in trouble. Got a little slap on a little FTC stuff we may get into tonight. I don't know. He did.
Yeah.
All right, so I have a game for you guys that I've talked about before. Okay, I played the demo of Kinitsugami Path of the Goddess from Capcom, and I told you I loved the demo. I played 8 hours of it. I thought it was great. It's a unique mashup of real-time strategy, action, tower defense. So it's on Game Pass, okay? So it's actually a really good Game Pass get because a lot of people are intimidated by this game. They don't want to try it. The genre is kind of confusing them, and it's not like a super popular thing. Like, I think the game's great, but tons of people aren't really playing it. And the reason why is because it just kind of feels like, what is this? Even like looking at it and watching it, it's kind of confusing at first. So I don't think it's ever going to be like huge. I have no idea what this game is. But I want to recommend you guys.
It's a cool.
I can't.
I mean,
I want
to
recommend
cool
you guys try it because it's on Game Pass. But if not, like, I actually bought this game on Steam because I wanted to own it. And I also wanted to support Capcom creating like these one-off little IPs like this because I love the demo so much. I wanted to make sure my mods ran well. And I wanted to just own this game. Now, this happens to me with Game Pass sometimes. I end up buying games anyway. I did it with Pal World. I ended up buying it anyway on Steam. But anyway, I'm giving away a Steam copy of this game in the Discord because I love it so much and I want to support what Capcom is doing. So here's the thing with this game. I mean, I thought I knew what it was all about from the demo, but it actually gets deeper. It gets better. There's a whole talent tree for your character that unlocks other weapons and moves. And like it's the bosses actually start to get kind of insane. So Matt, you weren't around when I was talking about this game. I already kind of beat what it is to death. And I know, John, you played the demo too. But basically, you are carving a path for the goddess down this like corrupted yokai, like Japanese demon. Like the art is like over the top, like style. Like it's just cool. It is vibrant, but it is dark. It's like ethereal. I love the art of this game. I love the presentation, the music. It's like this traditional Japanese feel to everything they did. It feels handcrafted. It feels like it's just filled with love. Like it's just such a special gem, this game. Like I can't like tell you enough about it. But what you do is you carve this path. You have to protect the goddess at night when everything goes to shit. And she'll stop at various points because she can only go a certain amount of distance. And you're running around this like kind of small map and you're trying to purge, different demons, free villagers, and you're assigning them roles. And there's a lot of roles. I think there's like 12 of them. And I've unlocked, like I said, I beat the game. I unlocked everything. I've gotten like almost all the achievements except for the ones in the New Game Plus. I just started New Game Plus. So you're assigning the villagers these roles. And as you play the game, you're going to have to mess around with the roles a little bit because it does get more difficult. I mean, it's not like a Souls-like game or anything like that difficulty-wise, but you do have to do some thinking. It's a tactical game. You have to say, to beat this level, I'm going to need a tank and a healer at the front here because these archers are just getting the shit kicked out of them.
So are they levels? Like, what do you, like, I press play. What am I doing here?
You press play. You are working your way down a lovely mountain path and you are clearing different small zones. And in every zone, there's also a base. And you are basically building a base in every zone as well. And you do that as you're doing different stages. So as you're building in each base, it'll say like this takes 3 stages to complete. So you'll say, okay, let me go do this stage. Now a stage can be one of those maps I'm talking about with the path, or it can be a boss battle. So each stage has a base and also usually has a boss battle. And the end of this game.
And we should clarify too, when you say map, it's not like some little tower defense map. It's like
some of the maps are smaller than others. Some of them could be a city. Some of them might just be
like a map, like a piece of paper, like kind of like it's a cool
I'm just calling
little
it a map.
environment.
It's like an old school PC term.
It's a level.
It's like a zone. It's a level. It's basically whatever. And so you're clearing your way, to basically try to get to this door to the next zone and purge all the evil. And shit's coming out of multiple doors, Matt. So you want to position. So you have to get where am I going to put my people? And you've got to change their roles as you're playing. Okay. So on top of managing your team and moving them around, and it's real time combat. That's what I love. So if you like Baldur's Gate, it's going to feel a little familiar because you're placing people and you're thinking about it, but it's all real time combat. So you aren't controlling their attacks necessarily. I mean, you can with the sorceress give her an attack to do so you can time something, but you're mostly playing as yourself. So, and your character basically has a melee weapon and also a bow and arrow. There's different sort of dance styles that you get for your dance attacks for your melee weapon. There's different bow and arrow attacks you can equip down the line. And so you're trying to run around, moving your people around, trying to collect and free all this stuff. At the same time, you're doing attacks. Now, like I said, when the game first starts, you're going to be like, this combat feels a little basic. It's only let's see, it's like 2 combo moves I can do, and I can't really do anything else. But as you're playing, once you unlock the talent tree for your character, that's when you start to see the depth in this game, that it's not just the combat isn't as basic as you may think. So there's 20 different skills you get that you can equip. And the whole time you're collecting talismans around the map too, that you can equip, which will also change the way you play. They want you to fool around. It's very easy. You can change talents because you're leveling up all your different classes too. And you can change those on the fly without any,
so how do you control your people then? So you're fighting, but how do you tell those other people to do stuff? You click on them, you place them somewhere, and so a ninja can teleport.
They're like pawns.
Yeah, exactly.
So
they all have different skills.
So you're keyboarding this, you're not controller thing. This is a keyboard and mouse.
I'm playing keyboard and mouse, but no, they recommend controller.
Yeah, because I play this on the Steam Deck with controller, and it runs great on Steam Deck, by the way.
Yeah, I've heard that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because, the game
it truly does. It looked good.
So I mentioned this before. This game is 1 million times better in ultrawide. If you're using ultrawide, you need to get the RE, Resident Evil RE framework app or mod that's on GitHub and pull your FOV out. And I kind of feel like I'm cheating because I have a whole view of this whole map with ultrawide looking down on everything.
So
I can place my people where I want. It is so good. But let me tell you don't need to have an ultrawide monitor to enjoy this. I'm just telling you,
it's
it really
RE,
has
ARI?
Like Resident Evil. RE.
Not like
Because
Jeremy
this is built
Piven.
on the Resident Evil engine, like a lot of Capcom games. So anyway, get that mod if you're ultrawide, because it doesn't support it out the box. I kind of see why, because it probably does give you a nice advantage for the levels. But I mean, welcome to PC gaming. It's awesome. So yeah, Matt, you're arranging your people while you're doing these attacks, and you're purging this area, and you're getting these talismans. You're finding secrets. You might have a thief unlock a chest, that you found secret in the corner. You're getting these different currencies that you need to run the maps and that you need to level up your characters. And like I said, maybe you want to boost up your archers for this one map where there's tons of guys flying in the air. Then you're going to take the points out of them and put them all on your healers and put them with your ninjas because there's people teleporting on this map. So you're doing all this reshifting at the same time you're doing this real-time combat. And the boss battles, they just start to get really, really awesome and interesting, where you have to stop and say, how do I want to take down this boss? And it's not, like I said, like an Elden Ring thing, but you get that same thought where I've got to do a little thinking. I've got to do a little planning. I've got to think about who I want to bring to this fight with me, because you might fail the first time or two with these bosses, and just seeing each of the new bosses has been really, really fun.
So how important is your combat ability versus
that depends how you want to kit your characters out. So basically you can equip talismans that make you stronger or that make your party stronger,
right.
Or certain skills that do vice versa, or maybe you want that on certain maps. What, I'm finding that I'm not hurting this guy, he's too heavily armored, but for some reason my archers with their fire arrows are hurting him. Let me level it. So you're going to play around a little bit, but the difficulty is not where it's too much. I feel like it's that perfect amount of difficulty where you may fail once or twice, but once you put a little thought into it, you're probably going to be able to take that boss down. But outside of just doing the bosses, I just absolutely love doing the the little zones. I love the act of building up the base in between. It's relaxing. It's beautiful. I actually want to go tour Japanese gardens out here. I looked up, we have a few in Southern California that are supposed to be great. Like, I'm just so taken in by the beauty of this world. Like, everything is done in that tent, John, in each little town that you create. And I know you kind of experienced this, where you sit down at this tent, you sit with the goddess, you serve her a piece of food that you've unlocked. You're looking at your equipping, talents, and it's done in this weird way with like this little sash that you have to click on, and like you're opening up boxes. Like, everything feels so handcrafted with love and with care.
That's cool.
It's like really special, but I think it's a sleeper game. I think a lot of people won't notice it or know what it is. It's on Game Pass. It's on Game Pass. Free. I'm giving away a copy on Steam. And it's Game Pass. I just think that like the attention to detail with this game, I beat the game in about 20 hours, but I just started New Game Plus. I'm trying to like do everything in it.
You beat it. Wow.
Yeah, I completely beat it. Then. I love this game. This is probably my game of the year. I'm going to tell you right now.
Like Dragon's Dogma 2 is up there. We're halfway, Michelle. Slow your roll.
This game is so special to me. I don't want to reveal the ending, but the way the storytelling that they managed to tell in this game without like dialogue is actually really, really badass. Like, if you start this game, you've got to play it just to see the ending. And if you want to know what the ending is, you're curious, just message me, I'll tell you. But holy shit, like, I was so impressed. Like, when I finished this game, I was like, this game feels like something a PS2 game in a good way that like touched you, that like, I remember this game. It's always going to be special. Like, that's what my time was with this game. So it's not often I feel that way about quote single player games. You guys know I kind of am more into like MMOs or ARPGs or RPGs in general, like Elder Scrolls or something. But for like a little small 20-hour game like this, I usually don't get that into games like this. But there's something about this game, like all these little
sold me.
Hidden gems.
You sold me. I'm doing this.
Once you beat the game,
well, it's on Game Pass. You definitely should do it. Yeah.
I mean, people are talking about how I've been on the Capcom tip lately. Yeah, I mean, I recently returned to Monster Hunter. I had played Rise. I played World. Dragon's Dogma 2. I think Capcom is kind of on a roll. Like, there's
is it me, or are they kind of embracing PC a little more?
They are embracing PC more, 100%. And, we have Monster Hunter Wilds has been announced and promoted recently, so that's getting some hype. There's also another like IP they're working on, but they weren't afraid to do this little one-off IP, because I doubt we'll see a second one of this, or maybe even DLC. But it was like something special. It's contained, and they created this whole new IP, this new world. And by the way, there's crossover with Okami with it though, and there's Okami unlockables in the game. And the copy I'm giving away has the pre-order bonus stuff too, by the way, because I got I bought an extra key at Fanatical, so it's a Steam key with the DLC with the pre-order bonuses I'm giving away. And so you get all the Okami unlockables, you get all the music, you get all the art. And it's really I just absolutely can't say enough about this fucking game. I just think it's not many people are going to try it for whatever reason, or they're going to get confused. So Matt, you've got to give it time.
A shot now.
That first level, totally. You're going to be like, what am I doing? I don't.
But honestly, though, I agree with that's what you just said, because I did feel that for the first few minutes of the game. But then it becomes pretty obvious. Oh, this is a fucking tower defense game in disguise, and that's the genius of what I felt when I played it last week or week before.
Once you do a boss battle, and then you're like, okay, I kind of get
the first boss in the
way they structure the demo is different than how they structure the game, though, John. It's very different. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Matt Bradford, Games Zero Guinness World Records Gamers Edition.
Yes, hello.
Did you remember? Yeah, thank you. Do you remember Brutal Legends back in the day? Does this like have a little taste of Brutal Legends?
What?
With
Jack
Brutal
Black?
Legends? Remember, it was like the Jack Black game, and you had your units on the field, but you were also playing the main guy, and you were trying to like take over the other person. Like, it feels like there's a bit of that in this.
I don't
Is that how that game played?
Personally, but John,
there was an open world, but then like your encounters were you had a team of units that you placed around the field, and you controlled them, but you also controlled yourself. And it was like almost a tower defense.
I mean, it could be. That's definitely what's going on. You're controlling your units at the same time you are, but you're also trying to run around and collect and explore and unlock and build. And so you like want to build a tower so you can put your archers on it and all this stuff. But the actual combat does get better. Like I said, so if you started off and you're like, wow, this combat feels basic, the combat in Neo 2 feels better. But yeah, like the combat's going to get better, but it's more about like being a jack of all trades and juggling it all. And I think that's what I appreciate about it. So I absolutely love this game. I love it. Like, I can't say enough about it. So check out Kinetsugami, Path of the Goddess, and win a copy with pre-order bonuses for Steam in our Discord this week, along with Elden Ring. Okay, there was something else I was going to mention about it, but I forget. But whatever. I think.
So what exactly is the Okami? Because I mean, I remember playing Okami like on the Wii.
So there's some skins, there's outfits, there's music.
The wolf is not there.
The wolf
right?
is not there. I'd love a pet class. I hope they do a DLC with that. But there's actually been talk of Okami 2 now because of the crossover. The guy came out and he's like, I think we owe people sequels for games like this. People want to see an Okami 2. So there's been a little talk of that game just because of this with the crossover, I think. So yeah, anyway.
So Hideki Kamiya.
Yes.
Would really like it if Capcom, I guess he's a Capcom dude.
Okay.
Would let him make Okami 2 and Viewtiful Joe.
Oh, you love that one too, John. No, I would actually like to see an Okami 2 because it's one I never, I think I kind of missed it totally or I tried it briefly and I definitely am curious now after playing this game because people kept saying it's set in the same universe.
Okami was fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, wait a second. Right? This is actually interesting. So this guy, he made Bayonetta.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the guy that made Okami and Viewtiful Joe made Bayonetta. And did he also make this game, I assume?
He might have been involved. I don't know. I mean, I don't know who was involved at Capcom with this game, but I get the sense it was like a smaller, dedicated team, of people that made this with love. It is special. And it kind of reminds you, you don't get a lot of stuff like this. It's not a live service, cut and paste, plot point on the map, garbage game. It's just a game from another time and such a place in such a good way. Absolutely love the game. Okay, so
you don't have to buy anything, right? There's no skins you got to buy, or there's no game pass.
I would throw more money at them if I could. I mean, if there's a DLC, I'm going to throw more money at them. I just. Like I said, I bought the extra copy because I was like, I want to support this. Okay, so also tried a game called Throne and Liberty. It's from NCSoft and Amazon Games. It's an MMO that's been out in Asian markets, but it's going to launch fully everywhere in the fall. But there was an open beta, and I've seen a little bit of hype around it, Throne and Liberty. The graphics are kind of cool. It's very flashy. I mean, there's sort of a difference between the Eastern and Western MMOs. I mean, I played a few of them. I didn't mess with Black Desert Online tons, and I played a little Lost Ark, so I kind of know how they're usually more or Guild Wars, because Guild Wars was also NCSoft. It's more action-based combat, John, you know what I mean, compared to WoW, which is tab target. So the interesting thing with Throne and Liberty is they let you pick how you want to play. Action mode, where you can play fighting, where you're feels like an action game, and it's actually feels pretty good. Or you can play what they call classic mode, where you're targeting with tab target, and you can even press on your spells if you don't want to keybind. You can go full on classic, back in the day if you want.
Yeah.
You can play however you want, or bind it to your mouse or keyboard, obviously, which is what you should be doing. But so I found myself kind of figure out which way do I want to play, and I started getting away from the WoW classic mode where I was playing in the action mode, and it actually felt pretty good that way. I'm kind of torn on this game.
Is that more like Diablo-y or
no? Well, not Diablo. More I don't know, a fighting game, maybe Bayonetta or God of War or whatever, any over-the-shoulder sort of third-person action game. Yeah, that's how it ends up feeling. And so, I mean, it's this really cool, beautiful world. A little generic, but I kind of like it. It's very magical, Lord of the Rings looking, typical high fantasy RPG kind of look to it. So I like the world, but there's this weird thing where you can turn into, it doesn't feel like it fits the medieval setting. You turn into a wolf or a bird, you can morph into different animals, and that's how you get around.
Are you confused by what they are, or
no? I don't know where it's coming from. I should have a mount. I feel like I should have a horse mount. Why am I turning into a wolf?
Bird? I don't know what the hell I am.
It's flying. I don't know if it's a wolf.
You're a wolf bird. No, you really can turn into all these different animals, but it feels weird. You're like, I shouldn't be doing
legs.
this, man.
It must be a body.
I shouldn't be doing this. Something is not right here. I touched a furry in their secret place, and they cast a spell on me. No, it just kind of feels like I'd rather have mounts, but yet you turn into a wolf. So I was kind of what's going on here? What kind of world is this? So it has a lot of this magical fantasy underpinning. It's not just truly trying to live in that realistic medieval world, which I feel like WoW is more, unless you're a druid, you can't just turn into a bird in World of Warcraft, right? There's mounts. And so, yeah, but other than that, I was so impressed with the narration, the voice acting. It has this narrative, I don't know. I guess it's sort of a narrator, just like that old Dungeons and Dragons MMO I tried. It has a narrator as you play. It's really well done. It's like, and then you walk to the village and you did this. And so it was telling you the story as you're playing, like you're a character in a book, and you have a grappling hook and you can get around so easily. Like the movement is fast and fluid. Like I said, you can also turn into all these different animals, and the combat is all based on your weapon. So this is another MMO.
Whoa. Combat
you don't pick a
on
class. Well, no, that's actually kind of different than a lot of MMOs where, let's say, in World of Warcraft, you pick a class. In New World or something like this, it's all based on what weapon you're holding.
And you can change on the fly.
Yes,
right?
And you can equip two at once, which is also like New World. New World was playing around with a little bit of that more Asian-style MMO, John, with that, because a lot of them do that. And even in Final Fantasy, you can be any class you want. You could swap to it on the fly. But this is like any weapon you want, hold two at once, swap to them on the fly type thing. So you're not locked into anything. So you're a
rogue arrow guy first, and then you're a dagger guy up close.
Yeah, you're a tank healer.
Yeah, Gyro brings up Guild Wars 2. He says it does this as well. And yes, NCSoft is involved, and it does feel it was reminding me a bit of Guild Wars as I was playing. And that probably is a good thing for most people. I mean, Guild Wars was loved in a lot of senses. It never really quite hit with me as much as it did for some people. I liked it, but some people got super into Guild Wars. So yeah, it does have that feel to it. But like, I was just really impressed with the look, the cutscenes, like the storytelling. I kind of wanted to play more. The problem is, I'm kind of a WoW person. I have that the first WoW patch for the pre-patch is out today. Step 2 is out next week. And then at the end of the summer, the new WoW expansion comes out, and there's a new Path of Exile League on Friday. I'm like, I can't get into another big game right now. But I'll tell you, if I had nothing else going on and I really preferred these Asian style MMOs, which were more flashy and that threw everything at you at once, because it is sort of sensory overload with this game. Like shit is flying and it's fast, and it's like, I could see why people would get into, like, you're given a lot at once. Like I was holding a staff at the same time as a wand, and I'm teleporting and I'm shit. Like you're thrown all these spells early on, compared to, once again, something like World of Warcraft, which was for a different market, which introduces you slowly to skills. That was a big, and I kind of like the drip. I'm going to be honest here. It's one of the things I love about Path of Exile is just even leveling.
The drip?
The drip of like the progression drip. You're not throwing all this
I thought you were going to say like his fashion or something like that.
No.
I thought you were like getting cool.
The drip.
All right.
Yeah, no, I don't
like
want to talk like the kids, Matt.
You feel like you earned everything you had as well.
And it makes sense.
Especially in the beginning. Yeah.
As well, because it's like, okay, I have these two things and this is the AoE. I get it. Here's my dot. Here's my heal. Here, like I was thrown like 50 spells at once, all on my bar. And I'm like, I don't feel like I'm really becoming this character. I already am this character. I stepped into the shoes of the hero. I didn't become the hero. So this is just another different philosophy. Yeah, I'm going to write that down and put
deep.
it on
write that down. Matt, you got
above my toilet paper holder. No, but yeah, that's how I felt with this game. I'm so used to that old school like WoW way of like, you're going to play slowly. Like classic WoW to me, I love. Like I was okay just punching a wolf in the face in the Elwyn Forest, for 2 days because at least I knew what my spells were doing, at the time. And so, yeah, this is just a little bit too much for me, but it actually comes out on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox in September, cross-play, Throne and Liberty, another one from Amazon Games and NCSoft. We'll see what happens with it, because New World apparently is shutting down, or they're turning it into an ARPG or something.
They are, ARPG.
Yeah,
which makes I don't.
ARPGs are coming into their own. Look, Path of Exile 2 looks fucking phenomenal. This next PoE season looks phenomenal. I'll be talking about that on the next VGO. They're doing like a little currency auction house. They're doing like a little town building thing. They're putting some stuff from PoE 2 into PoE 1, and the beta is coming soon. So then we have Titan Quest 2, which is another ARPG coming. A lot of shifting around going on with Diablo 4 in that same world. But so they're getting a little bit of attention. I think that's what Amazon is hoping to hop on, John. They're trying to get off the MMO train and onto the ARPG train, because that's kind of how things are trending. But we'll see what happens with Throne and Liberty. I think it's a John game for me. I didn't hate it. I can't say I hated it. I kind of liked what I was doing.
Yeah. Well,
I just can't play this right now. It's too overwhelming. There's too much going on, and they need to work on the
So do you think
drip.
You're actually going to come back to this in December when there's nothing going on, like swing around and see how it develops?
It's just there's so many games out there. If I didn't have anything else to play, I would play this. Like if I was, and it's free to play. I think it's going to be free to play. I don't think there's going to be a sub model, so they're probably going to try to live off. So I mean, I can see someone playing this if like you only do MMOs and you're an MMO junkie, you love the the Eastern MMOs. I just feel like for me, I've got other things I probably will play, but I can't say I disliked what I did. It was just too much at once. That would be my advice. They got to work. I know it was a beta, but you've got to give characters some time to feel like they're getting acquainted with their spells and feel like they're earning it, or have some. They didn't do progression very well, and I'm very big on progression. You know, I've mentioned that before. Like, I really appreciate how Hogwarts did progression. I appreciate the progression in other games, and the progression here is just too much. Get it all, go. You know, it's stupid. You can't give everybody everything at once, but some people prefer that. And then, like I said, I did try to get in to play that World of Warcraft pre-patch for the War Within. Servers are down, but that's what I'll be dabbling with this week, as well as the new Path of Exile League coming out on Friday. Right. It's a good time for gaming for me.
It's a great time for gaming. I'm super excited for Star Wars, which I'm going to guess you guys are.
No.
It looks really bad, Matt, but wait, what is that? Wait, I mean, we'll talk about it for the show. What is that again?
That's end of August, unless they delay it because they're getting some bad feedback from that 10 minutes of gameplay.
Oh, yeah, that gameplay looked a little rough. The graphics looked a little rough. But
I'm still all in. I'm doubling down. I'm not on the Ubisoft hate like everyone. I think it's going to be a good game.
They had to apologize to the whole country of Japan. Things aren't looking good for them. Things aren't good. No, we'll probably play Star Wars with the subservice, John. I'm assuming we'll try it for the show, maybe.
Yeah.
And we'll at least talk about it. But no, my pick for the week is a game I beat 20 hours, probably going to be 30 by the time I beat it again. Kitsumi Path of the Goddess. Pick of the week. Come on a copy down at our Discord and videogameoutsiders.com. Click the pins. All right, John, what did you play?
I played some stuff. So I ordered that Nintendo World Championship NES edition thingy.
Tell me why this is all over my feeds. Why is this popping right now, John?
So in the 80s and 90s, Nintendo did like this traveling video game circus contest thing. Like that movie with Fred Savage. Wasn't that what that was all about?
No, that was Super Mario 3. But I know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about? No, that was
years.
The NES
The Wizard.
Yeah,
they played Super Mario 3.
But that was like, they were doing a championship, right? Like and
they played the championship before. But you're talking about, like, this is the rarest cartridge in Nintendo history. Like, there's only 5 versions.
So I actually had the reproduction of this cartridge. It has, like, dip switches on it and stuff. Like one of those retro companies made that, and I had that at one point. But yeah, that was so they made a special cartridge that had like little bite-sized pieces of NES games that people would compete for, you know. And one of the things might be like, you know, get the first mushroom on Super Mario Brothers 1-1, and you were timed, right? And that little tiny chore, just getting the first mushroom, there's actually like a lot of different ways to approach that, you know, and you can shave off time, seconds, milliseconds, and all that matters for the leaderboards and these contests they did back in the day. So this new game they released basically recreates the essence of that, but in a modern way with online leaderboards and weekly
challenge. Modern games too?
No. There's like 13 different NES and Famicom games on here, and you're basically doing bite-sized challenges. And there's like, I think 3 different modes. There's like an offline mode where you just basically do all the challenges on your own, trying to beat your own scores, and all those scores get uploaded and they're in your account. And then when you're setting this up, by the way, they want you, like, you tell them your favorite game, you know, what era are you, NES, and it uses your birthday, and then some of the leaderboards are based on age. Like, you could see how you compete with other people in your age group.
Birthday? You compete by birthday?
No, by year, which I found kind of interesting.
That was
so it's like, the NES generation, these people are scoring like this, and then the people from the Wii generation are scoring like this. So it's kind of like this generational, like,
sounds ageist, John.
A little bit, but they do it in it's more personalization than they usually do with things like this.
The cats versus dogs thing, or the ketchup mustard.
That's how they usually do it. That's like Splatoon. They did that. Yeah. But yeah, there's like 13 games in here, right? And you're not playing the full games. You're playing like a minute of each game, like little sections that are picked out. You know, Super Mario 1, 2, 3. You have Super Mario 2 from Japan, Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, Metroid, Donkey
real
Kong.
Games.
These are all NES. You're playing the NES games, but
I like this idea.
But bite-sized micro pieces. Okay.
Yeah, I really like this idea.
Kid Icarus, Excite Bike, Ice Climber, Balloon Fight, Kirby's Adventure. So you can like go in this game, play like 5 different rounds, and it will take you like less than 5 minutes, like literally.
Cool.
And you're just it gets to a point though where you're just trying to shave off a millisecond off your score.
Do the jump perfectly, or like
right. And some of them are really dumb. Like on Donkey Kong, I completed all the Donkey Kong ones because obviously I like Donkey Kong. Like one of them is just run to the first ladder. And there's like no other option but just going in a straight line to the ladder. Like how do you?
Like, are there barrels coming at you?
There's like a leaderboard for that. Like
because they think you're too old to play other games.
You put in your birth date, and you're like, give him the. Give him the Donkey Kong.
No, it's like one of the real challenges. And then they have like these weekly challenges where they take like a handful of these challenges, and those are the ones for the week. And everyone tries to get the high score for the week on those 5 challenges. I think it's 5. And there's like different ones, like easy to hard. And the hard ones I didn't find that hard, but you're gonna definitely like the first time you do it, you're like, oh, okay. Then you're gonna end up doing them like 10 times at least till you feel like you got something of a decent score. What?
Yeah, my brain clicks with games like these where you're just kind of like trying to just over and over again, like a Returnal type thing where you're just trying to go with memory, trying to go with
right. And again, you're like you get to a point after you've done it like X amount of times, you're like, can I maybe shave off a half a second here?
Yeah.
And that half
let's
a second,
go online. Let's watch a game.
That half a second is probably like 500 on the leaderboard, like advanced, moving up. So I don't know. Okay, so and also there's 2 reviews here for me with this game because I bought the physical edition for $60, and so I feel like I want to review that separate because for $60. You get quite a bit of stuff. You get a replica gold cartridge of the Nintendo World Championship from 1990. Okay, it's just an empty NES cartridge. There's nothing in it, but it's gold like the original Zelda cartridge was back in the day with the NES Championship Edition logo on it from 1990. Comes with a sleeve. It comes with a heavy, like, acrylic base for it so you can display it.
Are you displaying, John? I mean...
Well, I'll get to that. It comes with 13 art cards. It comes with a set of 5 pins. And then you get the physical, cartridge in the little jewel case. And I have to say, I was so impressed with all of this shit. I actually didn't open anything.
You had Nintendo brain rot. One of our listeners in the Discord opened up the cartridge, I think, to see if they could put a card in and make it real. Did you do that?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you, I didn't unwrap anything. I felt it was too precious.
Wow, this is precious and beautiful.
I did. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to buy me a boat 20 years from now. So,
oh my God. It might be more people like you, John. Tell us all about how you bought that gold Mario and then they released it.
It's cool. I got to agree with John. I would have this and I'd be like, I want to display this. This is a neat
I am not kidding you, though. I was so impressed with the shit they gave you in this. Now, some people are complaining that this should be completely free, the game. And I do agree with that on some level, because especially if you pay for Nintendo Switch Online, this probably should be free if you're a subscriber to that service.
I saw those articles saying that this is cool, but it should have been free with Nintendo Online.
Yeah. But separately, I do want to say, I think they did a really good job with the physical deluxe theme for $60, because I think if you're into junk and collecting all this shit and you're completionist and you're a Nintendo person, and you want to add this to your nerd shelf, whatever, I'm saying they did a really good job with that. So one of the best things I've ever gotten in a little bundle like that from them.
Okay, well, aside from the toys, though, like, could you play this game for long periods of time, or are you just basically done after 10 minutes? Like,
I kind of feel like, okay, so the physical junk that you get with this, I'm saying thumbs up. The game itself, I don't know. After playing it for like an hour or 2, I felt like there wasn't enough there. Like it was just so repetitive. What happens when everybody
leaves and there's nobody to play against because it's not free?
Yeah, you're just beating yourself.
Like you're just like, how many times can I do there's a lot of challenges though. Like there's a shit ton of challenges.
So you agree it should have been free. So then why are you praising
I'm agreeing that it should have been free. I think the gameplay is repetitive and
okay.
I'm just being honest. Like I just don't.
I'm just saying. Like
what?
I would be hard pressed to recommend this and be so impressed with it if you're saying you got bored of it already.
I'm two reviews, Michelle.
You're missing my point.
Oh, I'm sorry. 2 reviews.
Dos reviews.
There's a lot of people that collect. No, because the physical stuff that comes with this little bundle.
So a piece of gold plastic you can go buy on Temu is what's impressing you.
Okay, so the tchotchkes are cool. The tchotchke versions are cool, but the game...
Okay, listen. I have been doing this Nintendo shit since day one, okay? I bought every deluxe stupid thing they've ever made, okay? Yeah. I'm telling you, this is a really good bundle of shit they've done.
So the game sucks, but the plastic collectible crap is the value. I think it's
I think that the person that understands what I'm saying gets what I'm saying.
They have Nintendo brain rot.
Yes,
they're out there. Yes, if you have Nintendo juice brain rot like John. You're going to love it.
If you're collecting, hitting that dopamine of getting something cool on your desk, it's cool.
Yeah,
the game part of it is give or take.
I'm saying I bought all of this shit before, and this is one of the better things they've ever done. Like the bundle, it really is. The game, though, it's fun. It's bite size. I don't see myself like craving this, wanting to beat my score. Because quite frankly, I just
don't care. This was a shitty Steam game. You wouldn't even touch it. You wouldn't care about it. You're impressed with the plastic. You bought the plastic. But listen.
Yeah, but all the games in here, I grew up with. This is my jam. I know every single game that's in this. I played them all. I'm like, oh, I know. I remember this. I remember that. Like, so there's that nostalgia trip here too. So I do, but you can buy this game digitally for $30. You know,
but then you don't get the good part, the plastic crap.
And if you want,
that's the only thing you rated well, John, was the plastic casing.
I know that.
I'm going to review cartridges.
Didn't I preface this by saying there's 2 reviews here? I'm
just a little confused. This is our first double review for the same game from the same person.
Going forward, do I have to review the box my game came in? That's all I want to know.
This is a little different. It's a little different. And listen to me. I'm right here. They did a bang-up job.
As the cover art is 9 out of 10.
Yeah, Gyro, you're right. It's like going to a steakhouse. The steak was shit, but you love the plate. You gotta come for the plate, guys.
Well, I've been to some steak places with really good knives, and I'm like, hey, you guys got the best knives.
I went to a steak place once. It was at a casino in Wisconsin where the guy opened up the knives and bragged about them in front of us.
I know. Exactly. People tell me we got the best knives.
But the steak was $3 and tasted like shit. So why did I put the knives away,
We got the best knives.
We got the very best knives. You wouldn't believe it. All right, well,
everyone tells me I got the best knives.
Very best. I know the best knife guys.
I don't know what it is. They tell me.
I'm hearing things.
They tell me. They tell me
it's the best knife. I don't know what it is, but it's the best knife. It's the best knife.
All right.
The people are
Shane Gillis is still safe. That's not a great Trump.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
Now I'm working on mine. I'm getting closer.
You got to work on it. We got it. Because we had a good one call in.
I'm really
time.
trying.
Drop the Canadian loser. Call back.
Drop the Canadian. See, I'm getting close.
You're getting there.
I don't know. I'm getting a little Jewish mom at the end.
You're getting a little too Jewish mom. Yeah. You got to channel the New York con man. Just kidding. It's not a political statement. It's just what he is. All right. Well, what else?
Okay, so I played a game called Nobody Wants to Die. I think that's an accurate statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
All right,
this is a Mac game.
Wait, the cyberpunky game? Oh, tell me all about this.
Okay,
this looks really good.
This is an interesting game. Very interesting.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Can I make a prediction?
Yeah.
This is a super incredibly on the rails game.
This game, and by the way, I don't know, and I tried looking into this. There's something, this game's running on Unreal Engine 5. There's some Intel thing going on when it boots up. But I'm just going to say right out of the gate, holy fuck, this game is amazing looking. The graphics.
Really?
Okay.
Holy shit. Yes. It's kind of like unbelievable at times.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a noir detective game that takes place in this dystopian future, kind of like a Blade Runner-esque world, but with like a BioShock injection. It's like a retro future world, right? There's like analog phones. You've got flying cars, but they're all like, 1940s style,
So at some point we maybe lost everything and we rebuilt.
I don't know, but you're in New York City, in this fictional New York City. I think the year is like 2300 something.
2329.
Yeah, and so the whole world's gone to shit, okay? And you are a cop. But something has happened to you, and this is kind of the setup. This is not like a spoiler, just like right in the beginning. Basically, there's this body. You can purchase bodies in this world, right?
Nice.
And so you get to a point where you need a new body and you just get a new body. And you might die. You might just decide you want to upgrade. But the thing is, you have to pay a subscription fee for the new body. And so the corporations and the overlords that are in charge of this, they auction off new bodies every Friday, blah, blah, blah. Everyone is a slave to this deal, right? It's like, if you want to live, you got to get a new body and you got to pay for it. And you got to pay
altered carbon kind of
like
thing.
A monthly,
switch your consciousness.
Yeah.
And I guess your new body could be a different gender or cat or whatever. It doesn't really go into that, but it's kind of implied, something like that. So you are this cop that is like, I think 130 years old or something, and you have a new body. And you don't really remember what happened with your old one, but something bad happened.
Well, I mean, you technically have a new brain too, I bet. That sort of matter is going to deteriorate. They probably just have your consciousness on a chip once they're able to
there's something about there's something they talk about with like syncing and stuff, and like he's not fully synced yet, like that kind of shit.
So you got to port over your consciousness. So you're having like memory lapse and loss as your character.
Kind of, yeah. There's some PTSD thing going on with this guy, right? But that's not kind of the point of it. It's just a guy with baggage. He's got like this noir detective voice, like Max Payne or something. He's narrating the whole thing, and so basically someone is killing these bigwigs, right? And you're investigating these murders, but you're kind of doing it off the books. And you're talking to some girl who I'm sure is going to be revealed at some point, and that's going to be a big deal. But this girl's kind of guiding you. She's kind of a good person, I think. But it's a detective game, and it's just like those things in Cyberpunk, Michelle, where you have to rewind and all that crap.
It says interactive noir story. So the gameplay, because it's not really a lot of action, right? Is it just...
No. Firewatch. I read the reviews. I saw Firewatch pop up multiple
I mean, a lot of people said it's a walking simulator. I don't disagree. It is on rails. It's linear.
But it's visually stunning enough for you to make...
Yes. And some of it is interesting, but there's so there was this one scene I had to do, and it was right out of Cyberpunk, where you're rewinding, fast forwarding, studying things. You basically can warp time when you're doing your detective stuff, right? And then you bring all the clues back to your apartment.
Thank you, Ben.
And you lay them out, and then you have to piece them together to figure out what happened.
Thank you, Badger, for the gifted subs.
Like the typical bulletin board with the yarn, but you're doing it on the ground. And by the way, I don't know why this game's not in VR, because this game is just tailor made for VR. Like I'm sure they discussed it. It feels like a VR game, kind of like in a way that like Cyberpunk felt to me the first like couple days I played it when it was fresh on my eyes. That's kind of how this felt at times. And like the FOV is like real tight and stuff. It just felt like that to me. But it's slow. There's a ton of dialogue. It's visually stunning. The story is super interesting to me. There is like a whole, kill the rich kind of vibe thing going on here. So there's a little of that going on. So
is the story good enough?
This sort of stuff, John.
Yeah, but I love oh my God, the world. I'm a sucker for this kind of shit. Like kind
of in on it.
But how much exploring are you doing? Are you going around a city?
Well, there's a lot of all the levels are really, you're contained in a small area, and you can just do what you got to do, or there might be some other stuff you can pick up and look at that is optional that might enrich the story for you, but it's kind of optional. But you're basically, it's just like some of the things you can interact with in the world, and some of them are important, some of them are not, and you're just picking all of them up. And then when you get to the crime scenes, you have all these gadgets that allow you have like a UV light that allows you to follow blood or goo on the ground, and then you have this whole time thing where you can warp time.
Detroit Become Human, because I liked that game. In the same vein, or
I would say kind of in the same vein, yeah. And there's a lot of dialogue choices that do impact the gameplay and the ending. And so you can kind of be a dick or a nice guy is kind of the bottom line. And so but your character is kind of like this jaded, like drunk guy. Like you kind of want to pick the dick ones.
Noir type detective, right?
Yeah.
Are you swapping bodies as you're playing? Can you?
I haven't swapped any bodies, but yet now
that'd be interesting.
I play this game for about 2 hours. I read people on Steam saying it was 20 hours, and I read other people saying it was 6. I don't even know how long it is, but it's somewhere in between there.
It can vary how people play, right? Some people are skipping and rushing.
Right.
Yeah.
My thought on this is that if you are willing to invest the time, with a slow paced story thing, or if that's your jam, like Matt, like the story stuff, you're probably going to want to try this. It's pretty cool.
This isn't my jam though. Like I get mad at games that don't offer me an actual game. I like Still Runs the Deep or whatever, that game that just came out last month.
Or whatever.
Still Wakes the Deep. To me, I see people raving about them like this wasn't a game. It was but beautiful, like you said, John. This sounds exactly like the game. Actually, beautiful.
Yeah,
like I'm into the characters, I'm into the story. But
I say that.
When
but
does the game start?
Like Detroit Become Human. And
that's much more interactive, though. I find that's 10 times more interactive. than what John's talking about.
Yeah, there's dialogue choices that are. It's basically like the dick choice or the good guy choice. Like that's pretty much the choices I've seen.
Maybe when you swap bodies, it'll change up.
Yeah, I'll help you.
Suck my dick doesn't come out the same from a woman.
I do think though, if you just sat on the couch and watched a playthrough of this game, you probably would get the same effect.
Well, this could be a fun, like on the couch with your wife. Kind of grab a controller, lay back, play the story, interactive movie or TV series. There's some value to games like this. I mean, look at Hellblade, right? People said it was beautiful, but the gameplay was light. That's kind of a thing that in a lot of these Unreal 5 games, they can't get it all together yet. They can't get like total beautifulness with it being a big game.
Right. What astonishes me the most about the visuals of this game is just the verticality and density of the world.
John has to say verticality on every episode. Let's get that verticality tracker going.
Get that thing. It
is super because there's some scenes where you're like, you're in your car and you open the door but you're like at like the 100th floor of a building looking down the city.
So you'd love to see this as a movie. It sounds very cinematic.
Or you're sitting on a ledge smoking.
I would watch someone play this.
Yeah.
Like you're sitting on a ledge smoking a cigarette overlooking Manhattan and you look down below and it just goes on forever. And the detail goes forever. It just literally goes forever. You can see cars for like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet below you, and the city bustling. It's not like 5 cars.
We just need
hundreds.
cyberpunk in that world where you can walk up every building, like do all this shit. Like you're going to get there.
What I want, though, is I want to be in this world again, but give me like a Deus Ex, like the original Deus Ex game or something in this world. Yeah. And let me like kill people with guns. Maybe you can shoot people later. I haven't gotten that.
I think that's what Unreal 5 is going to do, though. Like, and I'll talk about a game in mind, but I'm seeing the difference now. So we're going to start getting Deus Ex with that level of graphics, which is
I hope so, because sometimes I feel like we're going backwards looking at the new Star Wars game trailer or whatever footage, but we'll see.
But I think they can get away with this much detail because you're not really doing anything. You're just like a stuck camera looking down, like your head, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you want to play that.
Just no going in. I mean, I'm looking at the reviews here. People are saying gameplay bad, everything else great. But it sounds like the gameplay, there is a place for games like this. Some people like them.
Right.
$22. Yeah.
All right. The next game I want to talk about, I actually played a fuck ton of this thing. And I can't
even believe this.
And I pretty much finished it. I'm at the very absolute end of it. It's called Incremental Town RPG.
What?
And I installed the demo last night.
Yeah.
And it immediately fucking hooked me. And what's cool about it, it's made by, as far as I can tell, it's made by one dude. It's a, town management game, resource management game, idle game. And the visuals, great 8-bit art or 16-bit art. You have this.
It doesn't blend seamlessly on his seams. It's like.
What?
I played the demo last night because you were raving about it. It didn't hit me like it hit you. You sit there waiting for things to happen.
Well, okay, so here's what happened. So last night I played it for a few hours, okay? And I got to the point where I just needed a lot more like wood or planks, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just going to bed, okay? Okay, so I have
like
to set
in real
this,
life.
I have to set this up though. Okay, so you manage this town that is on this vertical plane, this horizontal plane, okay, left to right. And what's awesome about it is that with my 3 monitors, I can drag the window across all 3 monitors and see everything at once instead of scrolling left to right, which is the intention of the game, is that you're scrolling left and right to everything. So like all the way to the far right, you might have your fishing, shack. And then all the way on the far left is the church and the blacksmith and whatever. And in the middle is the mill that makes flour and wheat and all that.
Sure.
And then in the middle somewhere, there's some trees where you got guys chopping woods. And so you have all these different stations. You've got like barracks that make military guys, and there is an auto battling component to this, Michelle. I don't know if you know that.
No, I got about a half hour in, and
okay.
I was tired of letting it run on the computer.
She gave up.
There's a lot going on here, Michelle.
On your PC. It's Bitcoin mining.
There's a lot going on, though. There really is. Like, so you have this whole town, all these different.
I was actually playing a game and beating it, John. Last week, I was not watching little guys hacking away.
No, I'm watching numbers going up. Are you kidding me?
I know you are. It's like,
is this like a stock trader? Are you like looking at all three monitors, clicking on things, getting the maximum value out of your assets?
So going,
okay, so you have I stretch this thing across 3 monitors. I can see my entire town. I've got these guys over here. They're digging up coal. This guy over here is digging up gold. Or this guy over here is chopping trees. I got someone over here that's baking meals and stuff, and I've got some barracks that are making soldiers for me. I've got archers and normal recruits and swordsmen
really
and all this
these
shit.
Guys, it sounds like,
so,
your boys
but
over
then
there with the swords,
you get to a point, and then the game is also feeding you quests and objectives, right? So it's like,
click this,
kill the Kraken. Well, how do I kill the Kraken? Oh, fuck! I got to build a boat. Well, wait, I got to build a boat. What do you mean? Oh, I need planks.
I pressed.
I don't have. I need planks, Michelle, and I need.
How'd you get those planks? I pressed on the tree.
I got pressed on it. Well, to get the planks, I got to cut down the trees.
I'm making a game called Press on It.
Okay, Michelle, you play these type of games all the fucking time. All right,
Press on an RPG.
With this fervor you have coming out of you about this game. He's messaging me last night. You got to play this. I'm playing. Oh my god, I'm in this. You got to help me. I can't turn this game off. I'm like, well, I mean, you didn't turn it off. You just let it run all night long while your boys.
No, him in the morning.
No, okay, so here's what happened.
No wonder why you showed up tonight going gabba gabba gooba before the show started, because you were playing this game.
Because last night I got to a point where I'm like, fuck, I need a lot of wood planks, and it's going to take forever. I'm going to bed, and then I woke up in the morning. Holy fuck, I got wood planks and I got money. Look at me. I'm fucking making bank.
You're a good gamer.
It's cookie clicker in a different form, isn't it?
So
then I
beat the dragon because I made a whole bunch of soldiers last night.
Dragon. Anybody can beat the dragon if they just walk away from the computer
auto
screen.
Battler. How many auto battlers did you make me listen to on this goddamn game show?
While you were sleeping.
No, I watched him. I watched my guy kill the dragon.
Sure you did.
So this morning I finished the demo. I'm like, oh, I got to buy it. So then I bought the game and I was able to export my save, continue the game. I'm like, oh, thank God. Yeah. And then now I'm at the absolute.
2 days and do nothing
I'm at the end of the game where I have to basically get 1 million fucking gold coins. I have 800,000 right now as we speak.
Oh wow!
So by tomorrow morning, this game is done.
Yeah, you're gonna sleep again.
Games John's ever beaten in the last decade. Right here, guys.
It's the sleeper hit of the year.
This is his game of the year coming up.
Yeah, this is it. But here's the problem with this game. Holy shit!
There's no game.
No, there's a great game here. This game runs like absolute dog shit. Okay.
Oh wow! This is like a 3-bit
game. No, it doesn't. At first, it runs great, but once you really max out everything, and
it's in the background.
Well, I'm just telling you, it runs like shit. Once you get everything going, when you get all of the things.
Task manager, John. Let's take a look at the resources it's consuming. Something is not right.
I don't know. There's some kind of co.hk address or something. Yeah. But yeah, it runs like shit. It's early access. I like it. I bought it. I don't regret it. I'm supporting it. I like the guy. I'm into it.
Good.
Let's do
it. You love him? All right.
I'm going to play all the games.
Very good. What are you drinking?
It's some guy in Brazil. And he's replying to everyone in this. Yeah, he's like, I'll make it better. Don't worry.
Good for him. Anybody with a dream out there making a game.
Yeah.
Good for him. I'm glad it.
Incremental town RPG.
And you know what? This game reminds me of, I've seen ads for it. They're games that play at the bottom of your screen, like that just at 10%.
Rusty's
you can do
Retirement. That. I tried that.
This would be a perfect game. Like if you made it to do that, I would play
just run it in a window. You can do that. Just run it in a window and stretch it, Matt.
Oh.
The window you can resize to any size you want, and you can make it. So I resized it to do cross 3 monitors, and I was able to see the entire town.
I get it now. That might be appeal to me then. I want a game that's just idle on my second monitor.
Try the demo, but I'm telling you, once you get every single thing going, it slows down drastically, and a lot of the Steam reviews are bitching about that.
Drastically too. That's good. All right, what are you drinking?
I don't know. I am drinking a White Claw Lime 0%. All right, Matt, I'm excited to hear about your week.
That's right.
I did not I did not play a game of the year. I don't think I played a game of the year. I played 2 games. Yeah, but I still played a very good game, and it is Flintlock, Age of Dawn. What's it called? Flintlock, Rise of Steel.
Siege of Dawn, maybe?
The Siege of Dawn.
Oh, yeah, it's the Siege of Dawn. Okay. Thank you, John. I'll take my time. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
So this is a quote-unquote Souls-like in nature,
light,
where you
not
die.
Light. There's a big difference, Matt, because they've been saying it's not like it's light. It's easy.
So, I find it hard, but whatever.
Okay.
So, you play this lady who is involved in this thing where a door's been blown open and a bad evil god has been released. A rift of some sort.
Goddamn rift again.
Oh my gosh.
Another rift. This one's to the underworld though, so it's not like a multiverse rift. Mm-hmm. So she gets blown up. She comes back. And there's this little like wolf. This is an actual wolf, Michelle. I could recognize what it was. Yep. And it's like a god wolf.
Of course.
And he becomes your sidekick. And he's like, okay, let's get revenge on these gods. So that's the deal. And I don't really understand this world, but it's kind of cool. It's like an American Revolution war mixed in with like demons and monster. I can't. Someone could probably pinpoint it better than I. But
no, it's a hodgepodge of crap because they actually did some late swapping at the end. Yeah, it
doesn't make sense. This world does not make any sense.
Okay, whatever.
Me,
so Matt. By the way, when I played this game, I actually didn't hate the gameplay. I know there's some baggage with this.
I'm getting to it. Don't worry.
Is it good?
I tried the demo. I didn't like it. I thought it felt clunky and animations didn't match up.
It's clunky. Yeah. Okay. It's not. It's definitely nowhere near Elden Ring.
Feel polished or
Elden Scrolls or whatever.
Don't say or whatever. Probably
it's
one
called.
of the greatest games ever made. Elden Ring. You really should be playing the DLC, Matt, because if you like the game. Okay.
I did. But it is come close. It's like a solid 7.5 ranked with the other ones. It's a cool world. It has that same kind of exploratory feel to it. You can go off into weird places and find new weapons.
See, I like the gun melee combo thing that was going on.
When you get into it, you use your gun to interrupt people's combos and you can like stagger them to get a good hit in. Or your wolf pal can be used to stagger your enemy too. You can curse them. So it does have a few new ideas. Still feels very much like it's cribbing notes from a lot of the other better ones. Even the interface looks like a Dark Souls interface. I'm like, they didn't even bother to change like the health bar. So that's where I'm at with this game. It's really fun. It's not blowing my mind fun, but it's something right now.
So this is another one that was like a good Game Pass game because I think there was like the top concurrent players on Steam wasn't very high. It was like only 2,000 or something like that. But like it's on Game Pass, so it's like you think it's like if you paid for this, you might be. Would you buy this?
You know what? If I had bought this game, I would still be giving it a chance. I'm having fun with it.
Phil did it again.
I like being able to. It is a lot. The combat's a lot more freer than a Dark Souls. You can double jump. You can fly around.
It's more action. It's more actiony.
I don't know. You guys both liked the combat. I hated it. I thought it felt so clunky and just really discombobulated.
When you start chaining things together, like when you start like landing on people and locking the skills and
I like the verticality of some of the
levels. Not this again.
The verticality is off the charts.
Oh no.
It's really cool. No, I think it's a good game and I'm going to probably keep playing it. I do like that loop of, you got up against a really tough boss.
Try Lies of P if you never have. I know it's on Game Pass. I like that one better. Or did you hate it?
No, I didn't hate it. It just seems so drab to me. Like it just seems like it's a mood, and I'm not jiving with the mood of that.
You got to be in the mood for it. Definitely.
Okay. This game's fun. I would not put this down.
I'm concurring. What I played, I said it before a few weeks ago.
You didn't even want to play the game, John.
Well, that's
so fun. It wasn't worth the install for you.
Well, that's just a function of my week. So
no, you'll never play this game again.
I don't. No, I probably. But I already. I'm not going back to it.
Demo. Exactly. So
you probably.
Yeah.
If you were impressed with a very small part you got, when it starts opening up, you'll see that it is a big, nice looking world, and this isn't This isn't a jank game. This feels to me like in another world, it's much bigger than it is. Like a much bigger release. Maybe
I
it's
feel
just.
Like it felt janky, like one person made it. That's all.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
I think like once you get into the combat,
I think it does. It feels janky as shit.
It's above that like AA feel. It feels like a AA.5 for me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
The Lords of the Fallen.
10 people made Pal World, so I mean, it's not really that much of an insult these days if you say it feels like a smaller thing, right?
Should I talk about? I'll talk about the Witch game. Yeah, I'll talk about the Witch game very quickly. What was it called? Magical Delights?
Delicacy.
Magical It's I don't know. It's a side-scrolling 16-bit platforming game where you're a witch, and then you it's forgettable. You go around the town collecting ingredients, talking to people. They ask you to make. I don't like it. I don't know. It's a super cozy game. If we played it last week, it would have been like the most coziest game of the entire show.
Is it just walking around talking?
Yeah, and then you find out and you're gathering ingredients, and you're just building up your witch restaurant, and that is cool. If you like that, this game looks really interesting and deep, and you're gonna cook a lot of stuff, and you're gonna find out a lot of secrets. But if you're not into that, then this isn't gonna hook you into the genre. It's not gonna bring you in.
You have to like cooking and finding secrets.
You have to like that cozy. Like this game right off the top is like press the L stick to move. I'm like, okay, the audience is like people who don't normally get into games but want to
press the L stick.
Yeah,
a lot of tutorials are like that though. Just like, what are you guys doing? Baby's first functioning thumbs game.
Plug in your joystick to move your character.
But it shows like this is the joystick, and it's like moving it to move the character. I'm like, okay, This is
that's
not
like what they were doing like in 85.
Yeah. I love tutorials even today. This is my whole 5 minutes, but where they even have the jump in all tutorials still, like even in like God of War.
Oh, the duck! I hate that shit.
Or the duck. You're like,
and there's a fucking pipe in front of you, and you're like, oh, press B to duck. Like what?
Like I gathered that. I assumed
B is going to be duck. Trying to hit the 6-hour point for their single player story. Yeah, they stretch it out. Here's how you crouch.
So this might be my top 5 in Game of the Year. RoboCop. I bought this on sale. Nice. It was on sale for the PlayStation. They're having a great sale, by the way.
Last year it came out, so it can't be.
It's pretty. I want to say 2024. It still feels new.
It came out last. No, I played this last thing.
In our Discord.
I played it last Thanksgiving on my Steam Deck on my vacation.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This Sony sale. Yeah, it's a good excuse to get it. I kind of love the slow lumbering nature of it. It's not an Overwatch. You are just this tank that's walking into rooms and just shooting the shit out of people. It looks on the PlayStation 5. It's one of the best shooters I've seen in a long time in terms of the environment. For me, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
graphically, it kind of looked poo-poo. Didn't John? What does it look like?
But I'm a plebe.
The graphics in this?
Maybe
I think they're pretty. I was out in the city, like when you're in that city environment. It's like this is really cool.
It looks okay at times. You know what it is though? They're doing tricks to make you feel like you're in a bigger environment than you actually are. Like that would be my only.
This game punches above its weight so much, though. That's what I love about this game. It is like a small team, indie team, but they're like, let's just try everything. Let's just do the absolute best. It's a little cheesy. It's a tiny bit jank in terms of animations, but the shooting feels so satisfying. Like you shoot these people and like their heads pop open. They're the gun.
You already missed the turn of the week. It was not this game. It was the Magical
Definitely
Delicacy.
Not this game. This
I played that Terminator game too, didn't you, Matt? That like Terminator shooter. It kind of felt fun
this doesn't
too.
know. Maybe, but this one felt
better.
You could feel the control. Okay. Go. People are just exploding in front of you. And then you have to save hostages.
It's a throwback to kind of like shooters from like the early 2000s.
It is. And
it's a good Steam Deck game, just FYI.
Yeah. And you're existing in this 80s world, just this dirty 80s world of like big hair, overzealous
and they have like the faces
officers.
Of all the original people from the movie.
Do they? In the 80s.
Yeah, that's true. It's just so much fun. And all the tech is like that old age 80s tech that feels like new. And you can program different things in RoboCop to up your stats. It's just a fun game. There's even like just side missions where you're just being a detective as
dirty
RoboCop.
80s. They don't get it. It's because it was dirty, but also the 80s. I don't necessarily think of the 80s as being dirty.
Not dirty. Sorry,
no.
Like I'm like in a Detroit, like a RoboCop movie was the dirty 80s.
Maybe down below, like some just like big bush stuff.
I don't know.
On.
There was no bush.
Not dirty 80s. I'm sorry, but like there's some places like in 80s movies they have these dirty cities, like these dirty, gritty. Okay,
yeah, before
gritty's a
New
better
York got cleaned up, it was dirty.
Well, I mean that was Detroit in the
80s.
That's what they were portraying.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm sorry, dirty's the wrong word.
And if you remember, Axel F, he left Detroit to go to Beverly Hills.
Yeah, Detroit's too much
better. The premise. That was the premise of Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh, thanks for that lore.
That's great.
But Peter Weller decided to stay, and he got his hand shot off and his head and all that, and they put him in a suit.
Gritty is a good. Let's go with Gritty. I like that.
Okay, let's retcon. I said Gritty all this time. So this game, honestly, gunplay is fantastic to me. That it's funny. It knows that it's the concept of a RoboCop is cheesy. They play into that. RoboCop has a friend named Pickles, and they must have had so much fun because every second line is Pickles. He's just yelling Pickles out into the distance, and it's hilarious. I picked this one up. It's an easy $30 for me. It's a lot of fun, and it's huge. It's a big game so far.
Yeah, it's probably
Old Cranky
cheap.
asks.
Well,
he got it on sale.
Right, but I'm wondering what it is on key sites now. Like, I bet this game is it's $18 on key sites.
So Flintlock and RoboCop are making me stick with the game. I've had a hard time sticking with games over the last month. Just nothing's been hitting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, try that other Game Pass game that I talked about.
I will.
The Goddess. You might be into it if you're in the mood too, but I'm kind of like that. Like, it's hard for me to want to finish something in a week like that. Like, it's very rare I'll play a game and then finish it before the show comes out.
Sure.
So, and you're drinking the THC drink.
Bubbly. Well, yeah, that's starting to kick. So bubbly orange.
All right. Well, what's going on with this Microsoft thing, John? I know you had sent me a couple articles. FTC calls Xbox Game Pass standard tier a degraded product and alleges harm to consumers. FTC says, I told you.
Right. Well, we should back up a little bit.
Like, what's going on here?
Seems like an overreaction.
Well, let's back up because so when Microsoft was looking to acquire Activision, which they ultimately did, they were getting a lot of shit from Sony, FTC, saying this is a monopoly. You guys are, and they were actually focusing a lot on cloud, right, and Game Pass and all that.
Yeah.
Saying that you're going to have a monopoly on this shit if you have Call of Duty and, whatever else. So they said, no, we're not going to do that. So then they buy Activision and then they raise the price of Game Pass. Everyone loses their shit. FTC says, hey, hang on, bro, like you said.
Well, the standard tier, it's also removing day one Game Pass and...
Well, they're saying, hey, but Microsoft's coming out and saying, no, man, you got it all wrong, baby.
Okay.
We got a cheaper tier, man, and it includes online gameplay. So what are you talking about, man?
So dumb question.
Yeah.
No, but this is a serious question. Yeah. So the tier I'm on now gets the day one pass. Am I going to just pay that same to keep on that tier, or am I going to have to pay more now?
Okay, you might have missed when we went over the tiers. Let's do it again.
You're grandfathered
simple yes or no. I just want to.
Don't cancel your subscription.
Yeah,
no.
There's also a rumor of a cloud-only one coming and an ad tier coming. These are the rumors. They plan to add more tiers.
Okay, we got
more tiers from Xbox fans.
We have three tiers. Okay, there's a 10. Yeah, baby, we got a $10
make sure you do it like that. All right,
we've always been doing $10, man. And listen, now though with $10, we ain't giving you day one releases. No. Okay.
That's the problem.
You ain't getting no PC games, baby, at $10.
This is only for console, by the way. PC gamers,
but don't worry,
get
baby. This me, Phil. I got you, baby. Now listen, for $10 though. Now we told you, baby, we ain't giving you day one releases. We ain't giving you PC games.
That's Indian giver, Phil.
Now, baby, but now listen though, we're giving you online multiplayer. That's right, baby. That's right. You can play with your friends online.
Wait, what? That seems like...
Now, baby, that's what we're giving you. Now, just come on, baby. Now you got it all wrong, baby. No,
FTC
baby.
is upset. It's a degraded
now come back,
product.
baby.
You broke promises, it says.
Now, listen, we can't be giving you... We can't be giving you no. Now we're still talking about the tiers, baby. Now EA Play, we ain't giving you that for $10. You ain't getting that. Now cloud gaming, you ain't getting that either for $10. But yeah, baby, you're getting some online multiplayer, and you're gonna be getting some curated games. I tell you, they're gonna be good. Yeah, baby, we got a lot of good games. That's right.
Yeah, you got a lot of good games, and then
what
you
kind
took
of games
away
we giving you,
benefits
baby?
from the tier for console users. The FTC
okay, now that's
says
a
that you made
$10.
promises to sign the deal,
now listen,
and then
for $12, baby. Now for $12, baby. This is our new tier. PC Game Pass. Yeah, we're giving you day one releases on PC,
but
baby.
We're still going up from 10 to 12.
$12. Now, baby, we're giving you PC games. Yeah, baby, for $10.
Fine. But see, the thing is, there's no degraded version on PC because we already don't pay for online.
Baby, let me finish.
If you want to pay for Game Pass,
we're giving you EA Play for $12, baby.
John needs a Sarah Bond voice, Jedi says.
Now, baby, we're giving you cloud gaming.
Here at Xbox.
Now, listen, for $20, baby, $20.
John, what the hell? You're going to have a stroke.
For $20, no, you got it all wrong, baby. Now come back home, baby, okay? Now, day one releases for $20. You're getting that. You're getting PC games, baby, for $20. Online multiplayer, baby, for $20. EA Play, baby.
Like some
you're getting EA Play for $20, baby. And you're getting cloud gaming. You're getting cloud gaming for $20. I don't see the problem here, baby. And did I tell you, we're giving you Call of Duty, baby.
It's a lot.
We're giving you Call of Duty for $20.
Next hour,
that's right, baby. $20, baby. $20. Now listen, this Jim crying. He came out here, baby.
Jim Ryan was onto something.
He's talking to the FTC.
He did.
He's telling them that we're doing bad stuff, baby. No, baby.
He's like
got
the Hulk.
It all
that's what he is. He's
wrong.
the Hulkamania.
You got it all wrong, baby. So that's basically the tiers in a nutshell.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
can I ask a follow-up question?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want
to? What information did you just try to give me?
Are you sure you want to ask a follow-up question?
I think it was pretty clear. I think it was really fair.
So, okay. So just to clarify then, if the price I'm paying now is going to go up if I want to stay at what I already have. Or are they offering a cheaper
no,
tier?
baby. Now listen.
No. Why
now you grandfathered in, baby. But listen, baby.
Sorry. Listeners, if you can reach out and let me know,
baby,
that'd be great.
If you leave me for a second, I'm changing the locks, baby. You can't come back. So don't be leaving me, baby.
You give Phil an inch, he's taking a yard. I don't know. He's keeping you on the hook. He's gaslighting. He's love bombing.
Don't be leaving me, baby.
He's doing all this shit.
I got a side chick all lined up, baby. If you want to leave, go ahead. Don't worry, baby.
Phil doesn't need you. All right.
Yeah, I don't need you, baby. If you want to leave, you're no longer grandfathered
Maybe you do,
baby.
Phil. Did you hear that they're canceling the Halo TV series after only 2 seasons
baby,
on
listen,
Paramount
Halo, Bungie, we don't care about that no more. It's Call of Duty now, baby. That's right, we don't need no Halo.
Now they're canceling the TV show.
No, baby. Phil is the new king. That's just like the old king.
You want to
play Last of Us copy pasta. He's got the hot shit. You got the no shit.
I came out with no information. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think anybody.
What are you talking about? I think Phil explained it perfectly. What?
The chatters actually talked me through it. You did not do anything.
What are you talking about?
Any closer?
First of all, that was Phil, not me. I had nothing to do with that.
I don't really trust Phil, to be honest, and neither does the FTC. John, he's got a lot to answer to. Anyway. Some good news. This rumor was true. I don't think we talked about it yet. That's starting today. It was a couple days ago. They did enable GeForce Now integration, which allows you to launch supported games on GeForce Now via Xbox.com or just via Xbox.
That's right, baby.
So you can play NVIDIA GeForce games on your Xbox console in your living room, technically giving you access to PC games in your living room.
Now listen, with PC Game Pass, baby, for $12, you get select games via GeForce Now Ultimate. And then for $20, baby, you get select games via GeForce Now Ultimate, baby.
Xbox Game Pass is expected to make $5.5 billion in 2025. Alex Murphy tweeted us and said, quote, Sony is dead. Is this true, John?
Exactly.
John.
And the thing is, they're actually they're actually quoting me, to be honest, because I invented that phrase. That is taking over the internet, by the way.
Yeah, of course.
You're that new Hawk Twa girl. Except
that's right.
Sony is dead.
Dead is a good thing. Ubisoft is dead. Sony's dead. Xbox is dead. Game Pass is dead. Everything's just dead, except for PC gaming and Steam. A lot of people, a lot of our listeners have
stagnant.
dropped Xbox for Steam. I got to tell you, for PCs, they're building.
No, baby, no,
yeah,
no,
Phil, you don't care because
you're
still at Microsoft, so you still got them too. It's these pesky Sony people.
No, you got it all wrong, baby.
Look, take it up with the FTC,
back home,
Phil.
baby.
I don't know.
I'll make it up to you, baby.
Yeah, Phil,
I'll make you a turkey. I'll make you a turkey, baby.
Wife,
just come home, baby. I got your favorite turkey.
Super inappropriate. Phil always dives into the sexual harassment.
No, I'm making you a turkey, baby. I know you like turkey.
It's okay, Phil. The way you've been treating them is not right.
No, I make you your favorite turkey, baby, with the sides that you like.
Okay, I don't think they care. I think they've moved on.
I know you like my coleslaw with the turkey.
That Sean Layden guy, he hasn't been shutting his trap either. He was saying that we didn't have the budget Microsoft did, but we still managed to market at PlayStation. There's been, you reading this guy's comments too? And also
Sounds
this guy,
bitter sauce.
Yeah, but Xbox marketing boss trying to claim Sony has so much more money in their marketing budget than the world's richest company does. So that was kind of a reply to him. So this is the guy here at Xbox who said Sony's PlayStation is the brand's biggest competitor in the console market because they outspend us. They're blessed with marketing funds that we're just not able to enjoy. But that's totally fine. No, guys, it's because your games are shit. Right? Like, can we be real? Who has more money than Microsoft? They're not giving Xbox any to market.
Oh, baby.
What's going on, Phil? You can't just blame
that Jensen guy. He's got more than me now, baby.
We're not blessed with huge media budgets like Sony, so we have to be very scrappy and tenacious. Oh, we're the little guy. We're the poor little guy at Microsoft.
We can't say tenacious anymore.
Studio, just trying to make it.
Why not? Oh, you're stupid. I think I got that joke. Yeah, I don't know.
That's 2 Jack Black references in one night.
Okay, better be careful. What else is going on in the news? Because it's looking light. It's looking light right now. Okay, PC elitist Michelle. That's right, Zabum Musa. How do I say your name? Zabum Musa. I am a PC elitist. I'll own it. All right. And you could suck a dick, Phil.
Denpa, the new Denpa men.
What?
New Denpa men. What is this new Denpa men?
I don't know what you're saying.
Denpa men. The new Denpa men.
I'm sure if you say it again and again, it's going to make a lot more sense.
Say it 5 times and see.
We are pleased to announce that the new Denpa men has exceeded 100,000 downloads on the first day.
Wow.
Well, can we get a link to this? I don't believe you.
Well, I'm just asking this. Is this something I should be trying this week? What's going on?
We need to tap into
this. All right, let's unpack this, Michelle.
I knew he was going to say, yeah.
Get your notepad, Michelle.
What is this? This looks like a Wii.
Is now the new boss at Netflix. Netflix hired the former Epic vice president. They're doubling down on gaming.
We're not moving on from Denpa Men, Michelle.
Can we please move on from Denpa Men? It sounds like a movie with Don Cheadle from the 70s. I guarantee it's not going to be a good thing. What is it?
First of all, he was great in Denpa Man.
Yeah, Denpa Man was great.
The performance was
that was like that Cold War. I mean, that was a really good Cold War story where they're like in Eastern Europe and Don Cheadle's trying to get out.
By the wave.
Yeah, with his Denpa Men, because he has to recruit the Denpa Men.
Kind of weird. What the fuck is this?
These looking kind of weird.
The Denpa Men live on a small island which has a house and a shrine. I told you what
we're talking about.
If all Denpa Men die, players can revive them. A shop and a tower. Wait, I want to play this game. The Denpa Men.
See? Okay, thanks for embracing this.
Wait a minute, this is from 2012. This is old.
No, it's new. It's the new Denpa Men. The new one.
In June 2024, an updated combined version of Denpa Men's RPG Free has been titled The New Denpa Men is now out, and it's announced worldwide for the Nintendo Switch on July 22nd.
It just came out.
So you can only play on the Switch. Now I got to emulate this shit.
This is the hot shit right now. Of course I am.
Are you? You better cover it next week.
Are you stupid? Of course. What are you?
You don't know what a fucking Denpa is?
I'm playing Denpa Men. They're mysterious creatures born from the radio waves that fly around you.
Yeah. Grell says he's one of the Avengers.
Jesus
I think
Christ!
So.
Of course. Yes. This is a consumer-operated RPG.
How did I not know this? I thought I was a gamer. I'm going to be honest with you. I had never heard of the Denpa Men. It's a free-to-play consumer-operated RPG. Wait a minute.
Void of any Denpa Men information in your brain.
This looks like Animal Crossing meets...
You don't know what it looks like. It looks like Denpa Men.
I'm looking at it. Can somebody tell me what Denpa means?
Goddamn program. It's Denpa Man.
I'm out. I thought I was hip.
I haven't.
Now that I know. So here's another link here. The new Denpa Men is $0. I love that. Free download.
Yeah, $0.
These look like somebody's rejected Miis that they made. I'm just going to be honest.
It looks like an auto battler. Around. Is this an auto battler?
This looks like shit. I've suddenly lost interest. No, this looks like actual garbage trash.
You calm down. No. You don't know that.
Are you playing Denpa Men? You're going to talk about it?
I might.
You're just trying to be counterculture because you know this is hot
Denpa
shit. And you just want to be like,
exactly. Yeah,
thanks, Matt.
I think it is.
Right.
Denpa is Japanese for dog shit. $40 game of the year. John's going to hate the game, but love the package it came in.
It came with a really cool Denpa Man.
It had a shit package. It was a perfect brown.
It's like a cookie jar, a Denpa Man cookie jar.
So let's go on an adventure. Add the Denpa Men you want to go on an adventure with to your party. Each Denpa Man has its own characteristics.
Oh, look at this Denpa dragon, this rock gator.
I know.
What does Denpa
I saw
even
leaks
mean?
of that before this game came out, and I didn't think
you were both
closed beta.
A little more hipper than you were about 20 minutes ago. Just admit it, okay?
Meaning. Oh, it is a word. It means
my favorite
electromagnetic wave.
This, so.
Wait, it's a diverse.
Yeah, radio waves.
Oh my God.
I don't know what's going on.
It's a describe quirky individuals who often daydream and live their personal fantasies.
Ooh, this could get really creepy. It was
derived from the Fuga Gawa.
All right, so what's going on in Japan, Michelle?
Is this our
Japan Watch Michelle's new segment?
What's going on? The cherry blossoms are looking lovely. And by the way, I will be going to a Japanese garden because of a game. I don't know what's going on in Japan.
You don't?
No. Should I?
What's going on with Ubisoft stock?
Should I just Google Japanese news? I mean, I'm kind of worried.
What's going on with Japan? You know what I'm
talking about. Oh, Ubisoft thing? All right. You guys do your circle jerk Ubisoft hate.
Well, Ubisoft had to apologize to Japan because they were getting sued. There were firings at a university. They wanted to say, we hear you, we understand. But remember, we know it's a debate whether this is history or not. It's not a debate. But this is now we're ready to say that this is just a game and not real history. It's fiction.
What happened? Okay, I don't know all the details of this, and I really ignored this topic.
We're not going to get into them.
We're not going to get into it, but
no,
based
let's
on...
move on. Let's move on.
Is it going to be fun? Probably not.
I think so.
It's going to be
repetitive.
Know where we're going to stand. I'm going to love it. Ubisoft is deader than all of them. They're the most dead.
You know what's the hot shit? Denpa.
She's not...
Nobody's talking about this.
I know
really
most
sincerely
next to that.
Yeah.
Next to that,
what other company has had to apologize to an entire country?
Yeah, like I said to Michelle over the weekend,
pissed off Japanese people.
When we started this podcast, I think Ubisoft was truly my favorite developer in the whole world.
It was all of ours.
And it was because of the Tom Clancy shit. This is all pre-Call of Duty. I mean, this is like Splinter Cell, Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six Siege.
They had the talent at the time. They've all left.
It was
we know who's replaced them. The hair is blue.
Dude,
Ubisoft is dead.
Fist bump shit.
Yeah.
And now, what the actual fuck has happened up there, Matt? In Montreal.
Games are still good.
Yeah.
The games are
There's nothing good. What have they done good?
They're
Watch Dogs, pure shit.
Was one of the best Assassin's Creed.
Okay, well, that was like 5 years ago, dude.
Though.
Yeah.
No,
come on.
It was fantastic. What has Ubisoft done lately?
Nothing. Zero. Zilch.
Watch Dogs 2 is probably the biggest letdown. I was so hyped.
Nothing.
Ooh, Watch Dogs. Ooh, Avatar.
Dogs.
Ever since that.
Wait a minute. I don't really. Okay, I like Assassin's.
Hold up.
Ever since the Division. The Division 1 trailer.
Like
I'm sorry.
Okay?
Assassin's Creed Mirage. That was boring.
The Watch Dogs trailer was when it all turned.
Yeah,
that's it.
Let's just move on to another story.
Matt's an Assassin's Creed fanboy. He's gonna love it. All right,
Assassin's Creed turned into pure shit.
I'm gonna buy it.
It's okay to love something. Look, I'm still playing World of Warcraft. Okay,
sure.
It's been 20 years of complete and utter trash. Okay, but I'm still.
I don't care. They never
but
miss these Assassin's Creed games for me. So
they always miss. The last one was garbage.
Yeah.
It was not garbage. Well, the Mirage was boring. Okay.
Yeah.
But I don't feel that was a regular release. I feel that was like an experiment that they got one studio to do. It doesn't. No.
It's okay to love something even if you know it's not the best work. Like it's John, you just talked about nostalgia and those Nintendo games and how you hated the games but loved the box. Yeah. Like it's okay to love a series and know that like, hey, you know what, the best years are probably
gone.
It's
a troubled series.
Yeah, but still have love for it.
Derive something from
and want to play it all. Like I'm totally there with a lot of the Blizzard stuff I've played through the years. Look, I played Diablo 4 because I loved the Diablo series. But it wasn't exactly a great ARPG. So I get it, Matt. I get it. But I'm sure I'll try it too. You can do that Ubisoft, like, what is it?
Uplay,
$15
right.
Uplay, and then you can try that and try this other stuff like people are doing with the Star Wars games. So it's a good time to try stuff. Other news.
Well, this is big news, though, because Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is coming to Game Pass on July 24th. That is huge news.
July 24th?
Yes, that's tomorrow.
Wait, what is it?
Tomorrow.
There's always
there's always Call of Duty news on the show.
Call of Duty.
Somebody was like, is John going to bring up Call of Duty? And I was kind of thinking,
well, you want to know something?
I
I played a lot of Call of Duty this week if you want to get into it.
No, I'm good. Okay, so tell us about this. Is the beta?
No, it's Modern Warfare 3, which is already out. It's coming to Game Pass tomorrow.
Okay. See,
Modern Warfare 3 is the current Call of Duty as we wait for the next one, which is coming out
next month. Beta's out next month, right?
The beta is in August, and you need to buy the fucking game.
You can't get Game Pass?
That, to my knowledge, you got to buy it.
Phil, did you do it again?
Come on, Phil.
Now, the last few years, I've been buying Call of Duty twice on my PC and on my Xbox.
Now you only have to buy it once. What a value!
Correct.
But
what
Guys
that means,
revolutionizing.
Yeah.
But what that means,
sales.
though, okay. So I guess so. Should I buy it on the PC or the Xbox? So PC.
Buy it on the PC and Steam.
I'll buy it on Steam, and then I'll play Game Pass on my Xbox. That's the plan.
I'm glad we could work this out.
Good plan.
Yeah.
Great job.
So yeah, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, which is the current one, which is still active and still having, season stuff happening, will be free on Game Pass tomorrow.
Now, this is an interesting thing that I just see. We were talking about Capcom, and there's an article here. Capcom is taking a surprising stance against one of gaming's biggest trends, going against the grain. They said in a shareholders meeting, I think they're focusing on physical sales. They want...
Wow.
Wait a minute. During the meeting, one shareholder asked about Capcom's outlook on physical games, considering the game's decrease in physical sales and heightened need for digital. And surprisingly, the company's official answer was, given that a significant number of end users demand physical games, we currently do not expect to eliminate the products. And this is happening, they say, more and more. I guess that's a good thing.
So they're just
right?
not abandoning it.
They're not abandoning
they're not going like full throttle into physical sales.
No, but I guess it's against gaming's trends of abandoning it. I mean, how many really abandoned it? Maybe that's what a lot of people are saying. I think because they wouldn't talk about it on that Ubisoft shareholders meeting, how many pre-orders they had for the games or whatever. And it's probably because a lot of people are just doing these sub services now. It seems like Capcom is still okay, let's get some actual sales. There's no Capcom service. So I don't know. I don't want physical games to go away, especially on the PC, but I've been digital for a while. So they're already kind of gone, but a lot of people rely on them.
It's common now, too, even if you want to buy a physical PS5 game, sometimes you'll open it up and it's just a code to download, right?
But you get
or the disc is just the key to get into it and they got to download the game.
And
so
to that, then you can't resell it. You can't do the trade-in thing. And that's going to be interesting. But yeah, I don't know. That was kind of a clickbaity headline, but I guess I get what they're saying because it does seem like there's more of a focus to kind of get away from physical. What else? Anything else? Are you ready to get out of here? Should be some big news story that always hits on Tuesday night, I feel like. And we're like, damn it, we missed that. Is there any late breaking?
I'm on page 4 of this game news. And it's all just
Helldiver 2's biggest update yet. Escalation of Freedom drops August 6th.
I'm still playing that, by the way.
Right,
so August 6th, you're going to have a big update, Matt.
We're planning to take the day off.
Nice.
The Halo boys have kind of migrated a little bit, so we're going to see about it.
Good. Take that.
Now, I played that stupid new shooter they have again this weekend.
Concord?
I played it for 5 seconds and turned it off. I'm done with it.
Yeah, that's trash.
I tried. Listen, I gave it an honest try, and I'm like, I don't like this. I just don't like it.
That's fair.
It's DOA.
It's DOA. All right,
they had a beta again. I don't know if the beta's up again, but whatever. It was over the weekend.
That game will be free to play shortly.
It should have been free to play. Again, I think they got a little cocky with Helldivers. Oh, well, look it. People will pay for this.
Yeah. Well, they got a little cocky because it was their first simultaneous PC and console release. And that, of course, is going to get headlines. And it did well. And it was, and they didn't expect it. Masspeel says, let me guess, you suck at it, John. Is that why you don't like it, John? No, I think he doesn't like it because the game is trash. right?
Concord? I didn't like Concord. No, it's not my style.
No, because it's because you're bad. You get good, bro.
I guess so.
Now, speaking of getting good, the guys at Happy Hour are giving away 2 copies of Elden Ring. Potentially 2. It could just be 1. I think they said 2, though. So I don't know. And we're also, I'm giving away a copy of my probable game of the year, Kunotsami Path of the Goddess, in our Discord on videogameoutsiders.com. You go there, you check the pins for my giveaway, and you go to the spotlight for their giveaway, which is very cool. So check out their show completely free on our app. There's stuff during the week that, John, we're going to be doing a bonus show tomorrow. That's going to pop up on the app as well. If you want to support us, you can do that on videogameoutsiders.com and get the whole back catalog, the weekly bonus shows, and then free shows from the community, like the guys who are sponsoring the Elden Ring giveaway.
Thank you, by the way. That's awesome. Yeah,
it's awesome. It's good to see people invested in the community. And a lot of our listeners are like that. They come down, they just want to kind of help out and play together. And the Elden Ring thing they just did a whole episode about Elden Ring. You should check that out, Matt. It might get you to want to play the DLC because they focused like 3 hours just talking about Elden Ring. And I was like, you know what? I kind of want to go back. So it was a good episode. So check that out and then enter to win. I think that's it.
All right, guys.
We'll see you not live next week. We're not live next week, but there will be a show. There'll be a bonus show. I don't know.
I was looking at PlayStation stuff and I came across this Heliborn game. I'm like, what is this? It's like a helicopter.
I still want to know what a Derpa Man is. Or whatever the fuck it is.
So you just got distracted while you're
I don't know.
Helicopter game, PlayStation.
If he doesn't want to end the show, he'll just like keep asking about something. Like the other day, he kept me on when we were doing a bonus show, just talking about onions. And then, John, somebody in our Discord says they're from like Vidalia and they're the best sweet onions, but not the only ones. You got to go check his comment.
Well, look, I got to sleep.
This is too much.
I know.
Take it to Onion Cast,
but
okay?
Our listeners, they come in with these facts, all right? And they're like, listen, they're the best. They know shit. So come on down, videogameoutsiders.com, enter to win our games, and we'll see you next week. Not live, but there will be a show. And find us on the app.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening, subbing, and all that stuff. Go to twitch.tv/John and Michelle if you guys want to use your Amazon Prime to sub to us on Twitch for free. It does help us out.
Yep.
And other than that, we'll see you next time at Video Game Outsiders.
Thank you.
Out. Bye.
Phil did it again. He did it again. He did it again. Phil did it again. He did it again. He did it again.
Phil is the new king, just like the old king. You want to play Last of Us, copy pasta. He's got the hot shit, you got the no shit. Pal World. PlayStation Plus, more like PlayStation Sus. You got the Spider-Man, copy pasta Brooklyn. I got the Pale World, you got the no world. Have fun, PlayStation Pony.
Again, he did it again. He did it again. Phil did it again. He did it again. He did it again.